Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. If you're stuck and need help moving forward, be sure to book your complimentary cut to the chase call with me so we can talk about the ways I can help you. Book your call at yourvamentor.com/chase. Today I want to talk to you about how you can plan to significantly grow your VA business every month. That sounds good, eh? It is. Today's quote is from Jim Rohn. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Growing your VA business is about taking purposeful action with people who can help. Let's go. Growing your VA business is something that we talk a lot about, but not all virtual assistants are doing it well. It takes strategy and planning, and I think it also takes support. When we work alone all the time, it's really easy to let ourselves off the hook to do the things that we know we're supposed to do. We might have the best intentions, but then when it actually comes down to it, we can easily put something off that is about us when something else comes along. A lot of VAs I know actually put client work way above their own business work. And while that does make sense, the client is paying you for your time, it's also really important to prioritize your own business so that you succeed at it. And growing your VA business is a really important thing to consider. What are you doing to grow your business on a regular basis? Who doesn't want to make more money? Raising your rates is something that's essential to do when you're in business. Sometimes it happens, you have to do it often, so that you can take trainings and buy, subscriptions to systems so that you can automate your business, or even bring on team members if you want to. After I doubled my rates while working with my first business coach, I was able to bring on subcontractors to help me with client work because my rates actually supported paying them, and they didn't before. They definitely didn't before. And who doesn't want to grow their services into something that you've learned and love to do? My business changed so much over the years, and I was really happy to be able to take training to help that change, right? Change what I was doing for my clients as my knowledge and my experience grew too. I started doing client care. That was my original sort of service for my clients, which lots of people think is a lower value VA task. It's not, but it gets that rap. And I progressed to being like an online event manager, for sort of lack of a better term. I was doing virtual events. I set up and ran all of my clients' online events, like their meetings, their conferences, their group coaching programs, and teleclasses and conferences and all that kind of stuff. So how can you make sure that you're doing this growing thing? My best advice to do this is to join a mastermind group. That's what I did, and it is the reason that I run my own VA mastermind group. When I joined my first group coaching mastermind, I was actually amazed to see how much the people in the group were excited to support me and help me build my business. And I did the same thing for them. It was really scary at first meeting people that I didn't know and kind of telling them all the stuff that, I didn't like about my business, or I didn't like about, how things were going for me. But it was a safe space to talk about the things I was struggling with. And I know I got solid advice. I got great resources, and I got a whole lot more than that from my colleagues. But because the mastermind that I joined was run by a business coach, we also had training and coaching support as well. So where my colleagues could offer advice, my coach could also do that. But it wasn't just a coaching experience. Many times he was drawing on his own experience. And we also did a training call every single month, which helped all of us grow in one particular area every month. So that lends to the camaraderie of it as well, right? We're all learning something new and we're all implementing it. And so that's why I do that for my masterminders. It's a great mix of both coaching and training. A VA business is really no different from any other business or any other service business anyway. And when you treat it like a business, you're going to stand head and shoulders above a lot of other VAs who are just remote admin workers. And that's okay if you want to do that. But for the VAs that want more freedom, growth is the key. So you can raise your rates. You can take more time off. You can invest in training, or you can go on vacation. You can start offering services that don't tie you to your computer every day, all day. You can change your specialty anytime you want, or you can change who you work with. You can do anything. You get to do anything. It's your business, and these are your decisions to make. Clients don't get to tell you how much you charge or when you need to work, deadlines aside, of course, or when you're available. You're not their employee. You are a business owner. A VA is a business owner. So how do we focus on us as well as our clients and obviously the work that they pay us for? We need to create a support system for ourselves that allows us to set goals, to choose our own strategies, to set plans and actions, and we work towards what we want our business to look like. One amazing way to do that is to join a mastermind group the way I did. You're going to grow exponentially as a business owner when you show up for yourself. Obviously, I run a mastermind group. That's why I'm talking to you about this, right? It's called the Virtual Circle. And I honestly think it's a great place for VAs to connect and get the support they need to grow their business. This is the way that I want to talk about how to significantly grow your VA business every month. So let's talk about what a mastermind is, what you need to do in it to get the most out of it, and how it can help you significantly grow your VA business every month. First off is goal setting. When you invest in professional development, you need to set a goal. Anything that you do, you buy a training program, what do you want to get out of it? What do you want to be able to do at the end of it? You buy an event ticket. What is your goal for that particular event, right? Whether it's a financial goal or a time goal, you definitely want to be able to know what the purpose of that thing is. Why are you doing that right now? You're going to set many goals in a mastermind group, but you're always going to be working towards something. Doesn't even have to be a big goal. I like to help VAs set goals that fit in with their schedule, their availability, and that kind of thing. You cannot overload yourself and expect to get anything done. So we learn to set reasonable goals and we learn how to work towards them. And then we celebrate. And then we set another goal and we work towards that one. I'm a really big fan of doing things in small doses or small batches. You hear me talk about it often. You can get more done with baby steps than big steps sometimes. And what that does is it helps you create good habits, helps you celebrate your goals more often. When you accomplish something, that's when we celebrate. And it helps you get better at getting what you want, prioritizing it and getting it. If you set a goal to get clients, we help you set up daily actions that will help you get those clients. And we make sure that you do those actions. Those are the reasons to tell other people, about what it is that you want to do. Next is building connections. Of course, when you're in a group with other colleagues who have the same intention as you, growing your business, it is fun, right? We are connecting with people who understand us, what we do every day, what clients do, all the good, all the bad. Building real connections with other virtual assistants can help you collaborate, and it can also help you commiserate. I talk positivity, but we do talk about the crap too, right? Being able to vent and hear how other VAs have handled similar situations, I think is really important to our mindset, to our brain space, to all of that kind of thing. And of course, when you get comfortable talking business with your VA colleagues, naturally it becomes easier to have business conversations with other business owners as well, maybe even potential clients of yours. I love this week's quote too. You're the average of the five people you spend the most time with. Jim Rohn is absolutely right about this one. It's what you focus on, right? When you surround yourself with VAs who are looking to grow their business like you are, the vibe is amazing. We're all pulling each other forward together. We're like, come on, let's go. We're going to do this. You need to stop hanging out in the Facebook groups where everybody complains about the lack of success, no clients, bad clients, whatever it is that they're experiencing. And I apologize for that because I know that that's our communities, that's our water coolers and that kind of thing. But you need to go where VAs are taking action and focusing on positivity. The next is setting expectations. When we invest in ourselves, we have to set the expectation of what's going to happen when we pay for support and training. It's an investment, isn't it? In a mastermind group, you're expected to get support and give support. It's kind of cool about masterminds. It's not a lecture hall, right? The mastermind host, in my group, that's obviously me, but they know that you're amazing and that you have valuable experience that you bring to the table too. You're not just showing up to learn and listen. The group grows when you share the advice that you have with others as well. And it is important for you to show up for the group, for the sessions, of course, but also for your colleagues, because then you can expect them to do the same thing for you. A mastermind is a very collaborative experience. And of course, the VA business is so collaborative already. It's just a natural thing for us to do and be. Next is preparing for meetings. There is a regular schedule of meetings in a mastermind group, of course. The virtual circle, for instance, meets live twice a month. Live. Yes, we record the calls, but the key is to show up live. Are you getting that? Show up live? You need to make sure that you come to the meetings, but you also come to the meetings prepared. It's how you're going to get the most out of the group. If you show up and say, I don't really have much going on this week, that's no bueno, guys. You can't do that, okay? We don't need you to be doing 100 sales calls every month or every week or attending every live event or launching a new product or service every time you turn around. But we do need you to be focusing on growing your business in some way. That's the key. You're here to make sure that you grow. So for instance, if you're working on getting clients, let us know what you've done, what worked, what you're struggling with, or any other updates that you have. That's coming to a meeting prepared, right? And that's what helps you. It helps us. It helps the other people in the group. But it's how you put yourself and your business first. You're going to be expected to actively participate. And that's a good thing, even if the sound of it makes you nervous. If you're shy, if you're introverted, I promise you're going to get comfortable by showing up. I remember the first time someone helped me in my first mastermind group. It felt amazing. I was like, wow, thought they were so smart. And they were, but they were just an outside, looking at my business and my issue as an outsider and offering their suggestions and their input based on their own experience. And I thought it was really, really cool. The only way to get help with things that you aren't doing particularly well is to share those with people and get input and advice. Doesn't mean that you necessarily have to follow everybody's advice, but it's really, really, I think it's really mind-blowing to know that these people have your best interest at heart and they're able to share what their experiences have been before. And, like anything, you take what seems to work for you. The VA community in general is amazing at being supportive, helpful, collaborative, and community-minded anyway, right? Preparation, though, is the key. And I think it's very easy to help you monitor your growth every month, too, when you're keeping a written record of what it is that your intention is and the next month, how things have been going and maybe what you want to make some changes with. Next is sharing your expertise and insights. Like I say, one of the other things that you get out of a mastermind group is being able to share your expertise and your insights as well. And that builds your confidence as a virtual assistant. For some reason, we all think, a lot of us, I generalize on it, it's okay, guys. We all think when we know how to do something, so does everybody else in the world. Right? I talk about this a lot. I have conversations with VAs about this a lot. When things come really easily to us, we just assume everybody else knows how to do them. So they're not that valuable. Who am I to think that I can do this kind of thing? But that's not true. When you start sharing your expertise with the group, whether it's in the form of advice or just in conversation, you're going to realize how smart you are. I already know how smart you are, but you're going to realize it. And that, I think, is really, really a fun thing to witness. Being able to contribute really will boost your confidence as a virtual assistant. I don't know why VAs seem to struggle with confidence in business fairly often. We are so knowledgeable, but I think anywhere you can choose to boost yours is a really, really smart thing to do. Next is creating action plans and implementing them. Masterminds obviously are about taking action, not just to join the group, that's not the action, but to have a plan that you can take and do. Baby steps towards our goals means action plans. I can help you with creating an action plan for your goal that fits into your schedule. I don't like anybody to all of a sudden have 3 extra hours of work that they need to do every week. It's often not sustainable, right? So I always say like a daily habit of 15 minutes a day to work towards your goal is a really great way to keep tabs on that goal every single day. And you're going to increase your possibility of getting it done. In the virtual circle, I'll teach you how to set that goal and I'll teach you how to create an action plan that won't overwhelm you. It's a really effective system that you need to have in place in your business, even if your goal is just to get your inbox to zero. It's not always about massive growth. I want you to really understand that. Your growth will mean something different to you than anybody else. It's about taking that step forward and making your business better, right? And of course, all masterminds incorporate accountability. When you tell us you want to do something, we keep on you to make sure that you get it done. If you set a goal, it's because you want that thing. You want to do that thing. And your VA colleagues can help you get that thing done. Next is continuous learning. Not all mastermind groups have a teaching element. Sometimes they're just coaching groups for action and accountability. But one thing I know about VAs is we love to learn. I love to learn. So I do also teach in my mastermind group. I am a VA coach and trainer, so I like to do both. And the cool thing about learning something new is that it can be the thing that becomes your goal for the month. You don't have to come up with a new goal every month. You can take the training, and then your goal is to implement that training in some way in your business. Being able to learn something new is a great benefit, I think. And when we learn, we grow. And it keeps the group fresh from month to month as well. Next is measuring and adjusting your actions for success. One thing that I think can be a challenge to VAs is measuring their success, or maybe not the measuring, but making adjustment for things that aren't going according to plan. I remember really needing my business coach in the beginning to figure out why my plans weren't working. I was doing what he said. I didn't know whether my results were good or bad, and I certainly didn't know how to change them, right? We can't be expected to know everything, especially if we're working with a strategy that somebody else taught us or is helping us to implement. So we need to be able to check in. We need to be able to analyze what we're doing, and we need to be able to either learn, see what's going right and see what's going wrong, or learn how to identify what's going right and what's going wrong. That's what I needed to do. I definitely remember that. It's like, I don't know why this isn't working. So we had to kind of figure things out. And then you have to figure out what adjustments need to be made to keep your forward momentum going. Like, for instance, if you're networking in a group where you want to become a part of that community, that's where your potential clients are, that's where your audience is, that's where you want to do your networking. You post something, you hear crickets. You reach out to people, maybe DM or wherever, and they're not responding. It can be really discouraging. This is the plan. It's supposed to work. Why isn't it working, right? Why isn't it working? You're doing what you think is right, but you're not getting the results. And so you need to tweak your actions, or you're doing something wrong, but how and what? So that's where enter your coaching colleagues. We are going to look at where you are networking, where that place is. Is it the right place for you? Who the people are. Are they your people? And what you're saying to them, what they're saying to each other, what they're not saying to you, or what they are saying to you. It's all about looking at those things and going, okay, well, let's assess this and see. And we can help you do that. We can help you learn to assess what you're doing in your business and what's going right and what's going wrong. You don't want to keep doing what isn't working. It's not like this strategy is set and we need to make sure. Sometimes things take time, but a lot of times if we're doing something and it's not giving us the results, we want to make adjustments, right? That's really important. So right now, if you're struggling in your business because you don't have a plan to follow and you aren't getting guidance and support, stop doing that. That's the thing that you need to stop doing. What can you change, right? You have the opportunity to join a mastermind right now. It's the virtual circle, and it might be time for you. I don't know. You tell me. It's okay if it's not time for you. But at some point, you're going to get to that realization that, yeah, today is the day. And if it is, I want you to get in touch with me. The last thing I want to talk about in terms of the benefit of a mastermind group is, of course, last but certainly not least, celebrating successes. It is so cool to share your successes with your colleagues and with your coach. Everybody is so proud of you when you do something that you set a goal to do. Celebrating, I think, is also how we keep motivated. There are so many things to celebrate. Every week in my Facebook groups, I put a post up about what are you celebrating this week? And I love to read what people are posting in there. Every celebration, big or small, is worthy and awesome. And I encourage you to share every little thing because yay you, and because it feels really darn good. I think positive reinforcement helps everyone. Certainly it helps a mood, right? If you make celebration part of your meeting prep when you're in a mastermind, look for those things every single week that you can say, yay me, I did these things. You're actually going to be excited to show up for your sessions too. So there you go. That was 9 benefits of mastermind group. There's probably 100 more. I was going to go to 10, but I'm conscious of your time. So there are 9. Let's leave it at an odd number for today. And so to the point of this episode, how can you significantly grow your VA business every month? By joining a group that you commit to. You commit to yourself as much as the others. You're focusing on taking action and showing up. You're having conversations about business all the time, and you're setting goals and you're achieving them. You can grow your business a lot every month by making it a priority. In 1 month, you can find new clients. You can revise your rates. You can find your people, your community online. You can bring on subcontractors. You can attend networking events. You can be a guest on a podcast. You can up-level your social media marketing. You can get comfortable doing video and boost your visibility. Or you can master time management. The choice is yours. You can do all of those things. You just do them one at a time. I do invite you to join us in the virtual circle. If you want to know more about it, please get in touch with me. And let's remember what Jim Rohn says. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. We are your people. We're here. We're online. That's where we are, right? We're in the virtual circle. You know what you want to do. Let us help you do it. If you need help doing any of the things I mentioned today, finding new clients, revising your rates, finding your community, networking, marketing, speaking, mastering time management, please get in touch with me to talk about joining the virtual circle. I'm here to help. It's the only reason I'm here at all, as you know, to help you become a ridiculously good virtual assistant. I have helped hundreds of VAs who are stuck get moving, and I would love to do the same thing for you. We can work together privately through group coaching in the virtual circle, or I also have self-study, free and paid trainings. I have a lot of ways I can help you, but you have to reach out so we can talk about what you need. Thank you again so much for tuning in this week. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.